Coming up on DigiTalk, Facebook's IPO and Windows XP still rocks. Find out what I mean by that, and later in the show, Jay will talk about CCleaner, an application that helps clean your hard drive. And we'll also have Jay's new Game of the Month segment tonight. So stick around. This is the all-new DigiTalk.
How you doing tonight, Sarah?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Look very nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. I brought my sparkle.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the all-new show, DigiTalk. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Jason.
We have a great show for you guys tonight. First, we're going to start off with the best ways to contact us. There are a couple ways to get in contact with us. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/DigiTalkShow. Or you can email us at digitalkshow@hotmail.com. And of course, you can call us live tonight at 978-777-2720. So, Jay and I are all set to get going, and we have 6 news topics to talk about this week. Let's get right into it. It's time for the news. With the upcoming release of the iPhone 5, watchdog group Somofus started a petition asking Apple to make the iPhone 5 ethically. Apple and other companies have come under fire recently for manufacturing products in China. Companies like Foxconn are seeing their employees' suicide rates rise due to overworking and their working conditions. Only time will tell if companies will respond and start handing out jobs in America instead. Now, I think that's a great idea. We should definitely keep our jobs at home.
With the economy the way it is, it would make sense to bring them back here.
Let's see what they do.
Employed.
Maybe they'll listen to us.
And CNET has released its top 5 wireless routers of 2011. CNET's website at cnet.com has comprehensive information to help consumers update their old routers if they are looking for something faster or with a wider range. Their list includes the Cisco Linksys for E4200 version 2, which supports dual band with 450 megabits per second and has a faster 1.2 gigahertz processor. I don't really know what any of that means, but it seems like it's a worthy upgrade for those looking for a router.
I guess so. All right. You may soon be able to own Facebook. Facebook may soon be offering public shares of its company on the stock market. However, there are still some details to be finalized. Facebook needs to lay out all of its information, including finances and strategy. With any luck, this will be a good move for the company. Mark Zuckerberg, its current owner and founder, is now worth around $24 billion. We'll keep you posted on developing news about this situation. I mean, I feel like I already own Facebook. But
and I'm pretty sure, I thought I saw on my phone that they did go public, so that's a pretty big deal for them. So we'll see what happens there.
Absolutely.
And the Xbox Kinect has a new power, the power to teach anatomy. A new program by the University of Munich in Germany is on the job. They are calling the program Miracle. It works by estimating the position of a person in front of their TV and turns their TV screen into a mirror. Through the mirror, it shows the user what he or she would look like. So wouldn't you just get a mirror?
That's a little bit disturbing.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. It's like Operation, but real life. That's a little bit too much for me.
Too much info.
A little bit too much. All right. The decade-old Windows XP is still the #1 held operating system in the world's economy. It has been slowly losing users for the newest version, Windows 7, for the month of January. XP held 47.2% of all users, up from 46.5% in December of last year. This is while Windows 7 went down from 37 to 36.4%. Microsoft, in a continued effort to push consumers to buy Windows 7, has been reminding the public that support for XP will run out in April of 2014. This means that security patches and other updates will stop in almost 2 years for the still popular Windows XP. Among operating systems as a whole, Windows itself remains in first place with an overall market share of 92%. Apple's Mac OS X has 6.4% at the end of January.
It's amazing that XP is still going and they're supporting it for
I know,
even
almost
2 more years.
almost every person I know has XP still on their computer.
13 years now.
Good luck.
And Final Cut Pro users will be happy. Final Cut Pro 10 is getting its multicam editing feature back with a new software update. This software update was pushed out yesterday. The multicam editing capability includes cutting together and synchronizing footage from multiple cameras that have recorded at the same time. The feature was included in previous releases for the last 7 years and was only recently removed from the editing suite. This recently pushed update allows for editing up to 64 different camera angles. The update also includes a new feature, an adjustment panel to the one-click chroma key feature, which is added in Final Cut Pro 10. Apple released Final Cut Pro 10 during the summer of 2011 as an overhaul of its editing software. Because of the overhaul, many features that were in the software previously did not make the final cut, as it were. This means that some loyal fans left Final Cut and went on to Apple's competition such as Avid and Adobe Premiere. This software patch push is how Apple has reacted, hoping to reclaim customers. So, I know we use Premiere here, so I'm not a big Final Cut user, but I know a lot of people were upset about that.
Yeah, they were really upset because it was really hard to operate. They took it really above everyone's head, and they needed to kind of keep it in the middle so people.
It's good to see Apple taking care of their customer base. So
we like
to see. Coming up after the break, I'm going to be talking about how to clean up unnecessary data on your hard drive with CCleaner. We also have my new Game of the Month segment later in the show, so you don't want to miss it. This is the all-new DIGITALK.
Diabetes can destroy your life. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
You say you'd give your right arm to be there for your family? Here's your chance to prove it. Have your blood pressure checked and control it to lower your risk of heart attack and stroke.
They say every picture tells a story. Last year, 31,000 stories were left unfinished because of HIV/AIDS, and 160,000 were cut short by breast cancer. But this is about DVT, deep vein thrombosis, and its potentially fatal complication, pulmonary embolism, that ended 300,000 stories last year. More than AIDS and breast cancer combined. DVT is a blood clot, usually found in the leg, that can break loose and travel to the lungs where it can be fatal. Some risk factors include obesity, recent surgery, restricted mobility, respiratory failure, and advanced age. There's one story I know by heart. It's about an NBC correspondent, a young husband and father named David Bloom, who died of DVT-related complications while covering the Iraq War. I'm Melanie Bloom, and I tell David's story so others will be able to write happier stories and reduce their...
Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you had a fun commercial break. We've got some cool stuff headed this way. But first, I want to talk to you about how you can find our shows. I want to let you know that you can find our latest shows on DCAT's servers at danverstv.org. You'll find these shows and all of DCAT's recent shows by clicking the On-Demand menu button at the top of the page. So Jay, what do you have for us today?
Well, I have a program that I'm going to talk about. It's called CCleaner. And this is a new segment we'll have on DIGITALK called Smart Computing. One of the questions I often get asked is, how do I get rid of all those useless files taking up space on my hard drive? So luckily for you, a company named Pyroform has you covered with a program called CCleaner. This program is available for both PCs and a Mac, and it's absolutely free, so it's the best part of it. You can download it from www.pyroform.com. And with the click of a button, CCleaner can clean Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Opera, and Safari, including temp files, history, cookies, and autocomplete form history. Not only does CCleaner clean your browser, but it will also clean the Windows recycle bin, recent documents, and temporary files, freeing up space for other things like programs. And there's also a really cool registry cleaner that removes unused and old entries. Sometimes that might slow down your computer. And it makes your computer more faster and secure, and that's definitely what we all want. At no cost to you, except a quick download. Updates are frequent, and the program is highly customizable. Check it out today.
Cool. So I didn't know Macs would have a problem with that. I mean, are cookies really an issue with Macs?
Yeah, they're there. So the Mac is in beta version right now, so it's just kind of a trial, but seems to do the job of just cleaning out the junk in there and giving you some extra space.
I know. My Mac starts kicking stuff back to me. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 years old
right.
at this point, so I'm sure there's something in there, you know, doing its thing.
Yeah, definitely recommend it for the Windows users because of all the junk files they accumulate. So this just cleans it in one button. So
really,
pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right. So we have a new segment this week. It is called the Craigslist Jokes of the Week. So it is time for the Craigslist Jokes of the Week right now. At different times during each show, we'll be taking time out and have a little fun and share some jokes that we found funny on Craigslist. We have a few that we've selected this week, so here we go. The first one we have is by Smokey Joker. Smokey Joker writes, "The judge says that I'm a repeat offender, but he always says that." Now, it was, you know, with a name like Smokey Joker, I'm sure the judge does. All right, well, this next one is also by Smokey Joker. It's what would a bad interview would say. So, you could be the interviewee.
All right, I will ask the questions. What would you consider to be your main weaknesses and strengths?
Well, my weaknesses would be my issues with reality, telling what's real and what's not.
And your strengths?
I am Batman. All right, and our third and final joke from Craigslist is also by Smokey Joker. The best way to keep your neighbors on their toes is by renaming your Wi-Fi network to Surveillance Van Number 3.
I think I'm going to do that.
I think that would actually really work with my neighbors. You know, jokes. I mean, Craigslist, it's one part of the forums. You guys can check it out. It's one of the many features of Craigslist. I know a lot of people go on there to buy and sell their items, you know, their loved ones. Well, probably not their loved ones, but, you know, their old couch, stuff like that. But they actually have ways to talk to people on Craigslist. You can share jokes. You can share stories. There's support groups. So
cool.
It's definitely another part of Craigslist not a lot of people get to talk about. And, you know, recently Craigslist came up with a thing talking about the new PIPA and SOPA acts. So everyone call your representatives and tell them you do not want to have them pass these acts that block internet usage like Craigslist.
That's right.
So, my little soapbox for you today.
We still have more to come up after the break. We have the My Game of the Month, Skyrim. Find out what this app is and her rating for it. Stay tuned. You're watching DIGITALK.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes. And many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
Can you tell?
Can you tell?
Does it look like I'm fighting a disease?
Fighting.
Fighting for my life.
Like my life expectancy is shorter than yours?
There's no outward sign.
But we're battling every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Worrying, testing,
Treating.
Fighting.
Diabetes.
Diabetes has been called a silent epidemic. It's time to call it out for what it is. This is Brett Michaels. Join us. Choose to share, act, learn, and give. Help us stop diabetes.
hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
When I was president, diabetes affected nearly 10 million Americans. Today, more than 21 million children and adults are affected by diabetes, and another 54 million people are at risk of developing this disease. Type 2 diabetes can be prevented, and I want to encourage you to get involved.
Right, I hope you guys had fun on that commercial break. I know we did. But anyway, before we get to Jay's Game of the Month, I want to let you know that you can help out the show by becoming a member of DCAT and taking a couple of production classes if you live here in Danvers. DigiTalk is looking for camera operators, lighting technicians, and engineers. Just come to DCAT and let us know, or you can email us at digitalkshow@hotmail.com. This is a great opportunity for those that wish to get into the news business, or for those who just want a taste of what it would be like to be part of a fast-paced show. Come join our crew and be part of the fun. So, Jay, I'll toss it over for you for your Game of the Month.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. Welcome out to our new monthly segment, the Game Review of the Month. Today we'll be taking a look at the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Skyrim is the sequel to the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion and was created by Bethesda Game Studios. Bethesda is also famous for their work on the successful Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas franchise. Skyrim was released on November 11th of 2011 and has quickly gone on to win numerous Games of the Year's awards for its unique style of gameplay and visuals. The game sold about 3.5 million copies in just 48 hours within its release. Skyrim is an open-world fantasy epic, giving you complete freedom to explore this unique setting and the characters that inhabit it. Players can create a wide array of characters and develop them with special abilities and skills throughout the game. As players develop their characters, they will be able to interact with non-player characters or NPCs, embark on epic or side quests, equip a wider range of weapons, or just explore the beautiful world that surrounds the player. You could easily put in 100 hours into this game and still have plenty to do, making it a great value for $60, which is the price for most new games today. The game has an amazing story. Without giving away any major spoilers, the game focuses on the return of dragons to the world of Skyrim, leading to some of the most spectacular battles in gaming history. As a Dragonborn, it is up to you to find out why the dragons have returned and how to stop them from devastating the world. The game is reminiscent of the Lord of the Rings series and Dungeons & Dragons, and fans of the fantasy genre will love it. But even if you're not a fan, it is an absolute must-play. As far as my ranking, I gave a final score. I broke it up into 3 categories: gameplay, visuals, and sound. All of these categories get a 10, making it one of the best games available to date. Skyrim can be played on the PC, Xbox 360, or PlayStation 3. Highly recommend that you check it out.
So you gave it a 10.
It's one of the best games out there.
So it's not, you know, I don't know. I'm not a big follower of those type of games.
Yeah.
Is it something like I could enjoy, or do you have to be into that type of thing?
No, you don't have to be into it. It's just there's so much to do and get into, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, even if you're not a fan of the genre, it's just an absolute must-play because it's that good. So
really. I'll have to look into it. I'm not really sure how well I'll get into it, but I'll give it a try. I will give it the good college try.
Cool.
You know how I go. All right. Well, want to thank you all for being with us tonight. But before we go, once again, I want to tell you about a couple of ways to get in contact with us. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Digitalk Show, or you can email us at digitalkshow@hotmail.com. Now stay tuned to DCAT for the Off the Shelf coming up at 7:30. Again, thanks for watching us. We'll see you in 2 weeks.